Coach, can you first give an update on Carmelo, how his groin was doing? And secondly, can you talk about the way you guys held him to 28 points in that second half?
Well, I mean, I haven't had a chance to even go back. I know he was in the training room, so I got to wait and see when I go back, see where he is in terms of his. He told me he tweaked it, so how severe it is, I have no idea. But, the second half was tremendous defensively. It was an ugly game, I mean, we just kept grinding and getting defensive stops. We went that one stretch, I think, in the fourth quarter where it was just back and forth where neither team could make a shot. And then JR hits a big three, and the rook hits a big three that really gave us the cushion to get over the hump.
Coach, it was solid defense in the second half, but even doing those defensive lapses, you seem very animated in addressing the plays. With Carmelo's status being, rather with Amar'e's status being uncertain, is there greater emphasis on defense?
Well, it's got to be right now. I mean, you're talking about 17, 18 points that's missing when we look at Amar'e and 8 rebounds. So, guys that are coming in off the bench, they got to step up and make up the difference. We only scored 88 points tonight, I believe. And we had great looks. JR couldn't throw it in the ocean, but he makes the big three coming down the home stretch. So offensively, I'm not really worried about it. I think, God, the system's in place. If we can just continue to be unselfish offensively, we'll make shots. But defensively, we gotta be there every night, the rest of the way out. I thought tonight they answered the bell big time.
Do you think this team can win this way long term if Amar'e is out and if can you win games in the 80s like this?
Well, I hope so. I mean, again, there's going to be nights I think we bust loose to make shots and score big numbers, and we've been pretty good in that area. But having Amar'e out, I don't want guys to just feel like they can't step in and make plays, offensive plays. But what's got to be a given is our defense. And we got to continue to defend and rebound and put ourselves in position. We do that, we will put ourselves in position to win games.
Continuing with the defense, was anything specifically addressed at halftime about Mike Dunleavy's first half and the 24 points?
I was livid, man. It was no, he had it going big time, and a lot of it was because we didn't communicate the switches on time and had two guys running to one guy. We didn't get matched up with him in transition. Guys didn't know who was guarding who, and that shouldn't be. But we corrected the third and fourth quarter and was able to secure the win.
Mike, given how much Carmelo's been struggling and then you're without two of your best players tonight, how important was what he gave you tonight?
It was huge. I mean, it was big time for our ball club. When you're missing 4 guys and 2 starters and a key guy coming off the bench in Jared Jeffries, who anchors our defense there, he reached down tonight and did what he had to do to get the job done, and that's to me, that's big.
Coach, what was your take on the overall shot selection tonight, and what are you going to address?
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, we missed some good shots tonight, and I just my big concern from an offensive standpoint is handling the basketball, not turning it over. I mean, I don't know how many turnovers we had. We had 23. It's too many. That's 23 opportunities. We don't get a chance to score the ball. And somehow that's got to be cut down to about 10 to 12. I can live with that. But as of late, we just throwing the ball all over the gym, and that's something that's got to get, be corrected for us to be efficient offensively.
Coach, what changed with the offensive rebounding in the second half? I believe you only had 1 in the first half.
Well, again, shots were coming everywhere, and we had guys in position. Tyson kept the ball alive so many times. It gave us opportunities, and we still couldn't make shots. But, the fact that he's in there hustling and playing with big-time energy, giving us that opportunity, I'll take it all day long, which was huge, again, for us tonight.
Coach, not to single out any – over here to your right – not to single out any single player, but how much of a burden going down offensively, even if you are going to play games in the 80s, is it on Carmelo, given how capable he is of having big offensive nights?
Well, I mean, he's going to have to still do his part, but and knowing that, other teams will probably try to double him more and take the ball out of his hands. But I feel comfortable in guys around him making shots. Tonight we just didn't make them. JR had great looks. He just didn't knock them down. But he hit the big one that we needed to secure our lead.
All right, thanks, Coach.